Good morning, everyone. My name is Eve Carney, and I have the pleasure of welcoming you all this morning, thanking you for being here to celebrate with us this morning. The Tennessee Department of Ed would also like to welcome our partners from ACT and to accept an inaugural award highlighting the state's commitment to supporting all students. As we all know, performance on the ACT can have a significant impact on the future post-secondary outcomes for students should they choose a path that leads to college and post-secondary. Today you're going to hear more about our state's investments and prioritization of this funding and why that matters. And so not to waste any more time with this, just welcome, thank you again for being here, and now please enjoy this short video.
Tennessee has a long-standing commitment to ensuring that every child has access to strong post-secondary opportunities. One of the biggest ways we do that is through our ACT program. Our General Assembly year after year funds a retake opportunity so that students can show how much they've grown and expand access to post-secondary opportunities even more.
Our school was able to put on an ACT prep class that I took my sophomore year, so that allowed me to better see what the test was like and hear strategies from someone who had taken it before. And I also used a couple practice tests as I prepared for my ACTs, and they allowed me to better gauge what I needed to know in different math sections or grammar sections, what was more frequent, and it allowed me to see or better prepare myself for what the test would look like when I took it.
One advice I would give students who are currently planning to take the ACT is to understand the content that's being tested and get plenty of practice.
Throughout the pandemic, we've been very grateful for the partnership with UT Martin, who has really invested in our students to ensure that they get the support, the training, the preparation, and the individualized attention that many need to show that growth and progress.
I wanted to get my score up, which is everyone's goal. However, these ACT workshops have showed me tips, tricks, how to take the ACT, and how to actually do well in a time condition.
Practice, practice, practice. I know we say it all the time, but honestly, the test, the ACT itself seems really daunting, but with practice, you really kind of figure out how the test works and what the ins and outs are, and it just makes it seem a whole lot less scary and a whole lot easier.
When I had to take the ACT for a second time, it was a great thing that I made a decision to take it for a second time because it helped me get a better score than what I did the first time, which actually helped me out greatly going forward. I currently go to the school of the University of Memphis, and I'm having a blast. I'm excited to go here because I'm becoming an art major, and I want to use that to be able to do concept art and be able to draw and animate for Disney and Pixar going into the future.
Here in the state of Tennessee, it's important that every child is able to achieve the dreams and goals they set for themselves. The ACT is a critical pathway for our students to be able to do that. Our investment has been clear and continued, and I am so proud of the amazing work that's happened across the state and thrilled to be able to be celebrating with you today.
Governor Bill Lee here. We're leading the nation in providing opportunity for every Tennessean. And your work to ensure every child has access to the ACT will further prepare students to succeed beyond the classroom. Congratulations, Department of Education, on this high honor. And thank you for your commitment to post-secondary success for every Tennessee student.
Good morning. It's nice to see everyone here today. I'm so honored to be able to represent the great work that's been happening in the state of Tennessee over a long period of time. This is one day that really captures, I think, years and years of investment towards student outcomes, and I think investments by our General Assembly in our students, and that matters. You heard a lot on the video already, but I want to share a few things that I think, especially over the last 3 years, have set Tennessee apart and will continue to set us apart in terms of why we care so much about all of our kids having access to the best opportunities once they graduate. So we've launched this ACT retake since 2016. It's been funded by the General Assembly since 2018, and this year-over-year commitment to ensuring that our juniors have an opportunity to take the test, that our seniors can retake the test during school hours, expands access and opportunity. What that means, because we always talk about the things that we do, but it only matters if it actually gets to something, if there's an outcome for students. we've been able to significantly increase the number of students who have access to the Hope Scholarship, meaning students who otherwise might not be able to afford to have post-secondary opportunities now do. That really matters. When you're in our high schools and you talk to students like the ones you see on this video, they have really big hopes and dreams, and not all of them can access the same opportunities without a little extra help. And our state has committed year over year to giving those students just a little bit more help in this area, a little bit more help in that area. But for ACT, it is a big moment for us because it's what we see in our low-income students, our minority students, our students who are most at risk. We see that with the retake, they increase their scores by 2 points. That can be the difference in a scholarship. That can be the difference in a student receiving validation that they can be successful in a post-secondary opportunity that maybe they had some doubt about. We can't measure all of the benefits of a program like this because certainly there are tangible benefits like scholarship dollars or the number of students who enter colleges and universities or our TCAP programs. But the boost that it gives in confidence, the boost that it gives in saying, I believe in you, I know you can do something, and look, here's the piece of paper, just one other proof point that says that you can, makes all the difference. I started out as a high school teacher, and my students now have students who are in public schools, which is like a whole thing that I know many teachers experience. And one of the things that I always heard from them, because they didn't have this option, they didn't have this choice, is can you help me? What do I do? Or if we had to give some kind of standardized test, or if we had to say, hey, you can go to college or you can go to a university, the barriers, the financial barriers, the access and opportunity barriers were too much for many of my students. And I think about all of the missed opportunities for them. And then I go into classrooms across the state of Tennessee, I go into high schools across the state of Tennessee, and I don't hear that. I hear, I don't know which pathway to choose. That is a totally different experience. I would love for all of our kids to struggle with which great opportunity in our schools am I going to take advantage of versus I'm not sure if I have any choices at all. The way in which we talk about our amazing kids, the way we talk about the progress we've made in our public school system in the state matters. And the ACT and the retake program is a really big part of that strategy. So I want to say thank you to everyone, especially our districts who are in the room who do this hard work, our students who do the hard work, and our General Assembly who funds this. It takes everybody working together. And then I want to say a special thank you to UT Martin. We had a partnership during the pandemic. I'm really proud to be one of a very small number of states that maintained 100% of our students taking the ACT. That is a very big deal when we saw those numbers drop across the country. Our public school systems, the UT system here in Tennessee, is maintaining their commitment to using the ACT as one data point because we know it helps us have an objective measure to know what our students need so they are successful when they enter post-secondary programs. It's not a guess, we have facts. And so thank you to UT Martin. Over 2,200 students have benefited from the services and supports that you provided so they can achieve even more on the ACT. It's a really big deal. I'm very honored to, again, represent the work that came long before me because what it matters is it matters for kids. And I'm very, very proud to be here. And thank you to all of you. So thank you very much.
What an incredible honor to be here this morning. Dr. Schwinn, thank you for those remarks. I just have to start by saying my heart is incredibly full. I have worked at ACT for 32 years. I've made my life's work, literally, this organization and doing the hard work to bring the kinds of outcomes that Dr. Schwinn just described with the very committed focus in the state of Tennessee from your funding, from your districts, from your folks in this DOE, who are tirelessly working to ensure that every student has opportunity for success after high school. And so my heart is full because you are living what we believe is really generational change and work for our nation. So with that, it really is an honor for me to be here with you today to present ACT's State Equity and Access Award to the Tennessee Department of Education. Under the leadership of Dr. Schwinn, Tennessee's ACT Senior Retake Program exemplifies the state's commitment to providing access to all college education opportunities for every student in your state. Above all, this program addresses the reality that many students face significant barriers for retesting on their own, and Tennessee was the first state in our nation to level the playing field so that all students have the opportunity to improve their ACT scores in the fall of the senior year, to qualify for scholarships, to avoid remedial coursework, and to increase the likelihood of being admitted to their desired college or university. Y'all, Tennessee, were already a leader, but you had taken the bar to the next level in equalizing opportunity by providing all students the opportunity to take the ACT in the junior year. But since the graduating class of 2018, consider the impact of Tennessee providing a second opportunity for seniors to take the ACT in the fall, during school, in their own classroom, and at no cost to their families. In a typical year, approximately 4,000 additional students earn an ACT composite score of 21 or higher from the senior retake program, making these students eligible for up to $64 million in HOPE scholarship funds. That is significant. And in the years since Tennessee first provided the senior retake opportunity, 1 in 3 students have earned the qualifying ACT score to receive the HOPE Scholarship Award. For many students, the scholarship can be the difference between their dream of a college education and it just becoming a dream. They're making it a reality by achieving that 21 and getting that scholarship and creating that pathway for themselves. And you said it too, Dr. Schwinn, building confidence. It's not just a score. The score is a data point. It's important. It gives opportunity through your scholarship programs and other opportunities, but it gives students personal confidence that they can carve a path and be successful on that path. That is changing the world by giving students that hope and that confidence. Every year, the senior retake also provides thousands of students an opportunity to begin college in credit-bearing courses. This should not be underestimated. Going into college and being able to demonstrate you're ready for college work and not having to take remedial classes, that saves families money. And that's an impact that it can't be overstated in terms of their time, money, motivation, and importantly, the likelihood that they will persist and succeed in college. For so many students, a college diploma is the catalyst to achieve their own dreams, but it is also generational change for their families, in the present, and into the future. Tennessee, you literally have set the bar. I'm going to say that again. You have set the bar, and you have set the bar high in terms of equalizing opportunity with this program, and many states now look to it as a leader. They look to you as a leader, and they want to replicate the success that you're having in your state, and they want to replicate that in their states, and ACT is working with a number of your peers and colleagues out there right now to do just that. And you're doing it, you've provided a blueprint that it is possible for a state to provide benefits for all students. And in doing so, Tennessee fosters the long-term health and economic prosperity of its citizens and the state itself. So on behalf of ACT, I am pleased, proud, honored to recognize Tennessee as our 2022 ACT State Equity and Access Champion and present this award to Commissioner Swin today. So congratulations for all of your hard work.
Good morning. My name is Anna Claire Christie, and I'm a senior at Creekwood High School in Dixon County. First, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to come and share my ACT experience with you. As a student who has always known she wanted to attend college, my focus has been on my grades. Ever since I knew what a GPA was, I knew that I wanted to earn a 4.0 or better, because to me that meant success and being prepared for college. Fortunately for me, my district and my school place an emphasis on the ACT, so I learned that while a high GPA demonstrates how I rank among my classmates, having a high ACT score shows universities how I rank nationally. For that reason, improving my ACT score has become my primary focus, and the senior retake is an invaluable resource to reaching my post-secondary goals. Over the past 4 years, I have been afforded the opportunity to serve as a student athletic trainer for our football team, which has allowed me to work alongside our head athletic trainer. I'm also participating in our clinical internship program, where I get to work in a physical therapy clinic 3 days a week. Through these experiences, I have decided to major in kinesiology at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville and attend physical therapy school. None of this will be possible without an acceptable ACT score. The Volunteer Scholarship Program at UT begins awarding scholarships to those who score 28. As a student's ACT score increases, so does the amount of scholarship money received. Each point a student can raise their ACT equals more scholarship opportunities, including the HOPE Scholarship. At this point, I've taken the ACT 3 times. Each time, I've been able to increase my score in each of the subject areas. After receiving my spring score, I knew there still needed to be work done. This summer, I worked with a tutor, as well as practicing ACT test strategies on my own. I was able to increase my score by 3 points on the June test. My goal for the senior retake is to increase by another 3 points, and I feel I am prepared. In addition to having worked with an ACT tutor, I am fortunate that at Creekwood High School offers ACT prep during the day as well as after-school prep sessions. By offering these resources, it is our administration's hope that all seniors improve their overall score. I'm very thankful for the opportunity Tennessee provides for seniors to retake the ACT at no cost. If not for your generosity, many students would only have one chance to take this test. By providing this second opportunity, our state is sending the message to students that growth is important and one test score does not determine our future. The power to improve is in our hands, and we are well worth the investment. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Beck, Director of Schools in Cheatham County. I'm beyond honored to be here this morning. You will have to indulge me. I'm an old storyteller, and do I have a story to tell you? My husband and I spent our careers as teachers, and we did our teaching in Florence, Alabama. In 2005, my husband had the idea to move to Colorado for a year. He said he could retire and I could take a leave of absence. People thought we'd lost our mind, but that summer we loaded up our car, including our 7-year-old, and we moved to Colorado. Our intent was to just stay a year. And we thought we'll fly fish in the summer and we'll snow ski for that winter. It'll be a great adventure. Our youngest was not a happy camper, to say the least. And when I probed a little bit deeper with him to see, what are you most frightened about? He said from the back seat of the car, probably about the time we crossed the Mississippi River, I'm afraid we're going to end up staying there and I'll never be able to go to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. You see, in our family, our blood is orange. It runs very, very deep. His fear was correct in that our 1 year turned into 12. And his dream to go to the University of Tennessee never died. His junior year, he took the ACT and he made a 21. And that had us a little bit nervous. And I thought, this school is not easy to get into, and as an out-of-state student, I'm not sure you have a score to make it. We had an organization in our county. It was called the Summit Foundation, and the whole mission of the Summit Foundation was to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars to give to the school district. And every year, they had an amazing event that included a silent auction. So my husband Skip and I were going, and Riley, our youngest, said, be sure and see if you can get some lift tickets. They always had lift tickets to all the other ski resorts around where we didn't normally ski. And I said, I will do my best to see if I can come home with a lift ticket. We get to the event, and there are table after table of amazing things to bid on. And I very carefully looked at every single thing there was, and I found the one thing that I truly felt was the most valuable item in the entire auction. By luck and by God alone, I won that item. I came home and Riley said, did you win anything? And I said, yes, I did. And he said, is it a lift ticket? And I said, yes, it is. He said, where? I said, well, it's not really conventional. On the lift ticket that I won is 8 hours of ACT prep for you. That is going to be the true lift ticket you're going to need. He was not real thrilled, but he went to those 8 hours, and I'm happy to say his score improved from a 21 to a 24. Now, for the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, he is now a proud graduate with both a BS and a master's degree from the University of Tennessee. He's a special ed teacher in Knox County Public Schools. Thank goodness for that lift ticket we were able to get. I am so thankful to live in a state that doesn't hope that families can win ACT prep at a silent auction. The inequity there is astounding, and thanks to our amazing commissioner and her staff, they have recognized that and they have taken bold measures to address it through both a retake for every senior and high-quality ACT prep for all of our students. No one has to be able to access it by chance. I'm proud to live in a state where the words best for all are not just words in a tagline. They are truly undergirded by practice that helps our students realize their dreams and put them all on a pathway to success. Congratulations this morning. This is a wonderful moment for all of us. These are decisions that we have made that truly set us on the path to success for every single student. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I hate to follow that. I'm not as good a storyteller. So I would just like to say that it's not a secret, whether you're a student attending Riverside High School in a small rural community, whether you're attending Hume Fogg Magnet School here in Nashville, or walking the halls in Sevier County in the mountains of East Tennessee. ACT scores matter. It matters for students, it matters for parents, and it matters to our schools. Good morning. I am the director of the Decatur County School System, a small rural county on the edge of the Tennessee River. And like most educators in Tennessee, we certainly understand the importance of making our students have access to colleges and universities through their ACT scores. Because it does matter, I want to thank Dr. Schwinn, UT Martin. Yay, I'm an alumni back in 1980. I appreciate UT Martin, the legislature, all that has been done. I also have a child that majored and became a physical therapist at Memphis, and now is teaching physical therapy and athletic training at Union University in Jackson. So I've benefited from some of the things that have been going on in the state of Tennessee. And like many rural communities, our school system is probably one of the, if not the top employer in our system. We don't have a lot of businesses, we don't have a lot of industries that have high-paying jobs for our students to come back to. So that's a challenge in and of itself. But we want our students to be able to plant their mailboxes in Decatur County. We think it's a good place, beautiful, good place to raise a family. But we got to get them out and have that opportunity to go to school and get educated. And we hope they are able to come back and perhaps commute to work or work from home. And so, you know, I've been told many times that we need to take care of our young people and teach them well because someday they're going to take care of us. Well, I've been in the school system for 40 years, in the same school system. And so when I have to get my medication refilled for my blood pressure, I see a nurse practitioner, former student. When I had tennis elbow, and I had to go to a physical therapist, saw former student. When I had to have a stress test, cardiologist, happens to work at St. Thomas in Nashville, but comes home on occasion and sees old folks like me and visits his parents. So, you know, we have to be careful of how we treat our students and the opportunities we give them. The last student that I'll mention is Kyle, and he is the director of the nursing home, and I hope I don't see him for quite some time. And I don't think we have anybody in the undertaking business, so I feel good about that. But we do know, especially in a small rural community, that ACT does matter. And so several people who came up here before me had said a lot of the things that I had planned on saying. So I'm just gonna go straight to to put a face to this, or to give a story to make it a little more meaningful. We had a young lady that I guess about 4 years ago was a quiet young lady who was a good student and worked hard in school. In fact, she ended up being about fifth in her class. But she came from a small rural community, from a hardworking class family, and was going to be a struggle to go to college. But her hard work in school, it paid off. She ended up scoring a 27 on the ACT right in the midst of a pandemic. And so we were very proud of her for that. And Caitlin is succeeding right now at Tennessee Technological University, majoring in engineering and mechatronics and minoring in business. And so a field that is full of males, she was able to come from Decatur County, in a small, poor, rural county, and who was very shy and unassuming, and just read an article in our newspaper that she was selected as a trailblazer, where students who come for campus tours, she will be one of those students. And so what a difference it made in the life of Caitlin. And that's what we as educators are about, making a difference. I could go on. I've got plenty of stories that I could tell. I'll just mention an ESL student who had no father in the family. Mother worked 2 jobs. House burned. Rough life. But she did well enough on the ACT to be enrolled at a university and is now becoming a nurse practitioner. Her mother had to work 2 jobs, and one of those jobs was as an interpreter for Spanish-speaking folks in the court system. She was a DACA student. She wasn't allowed or afforded what some of our other students were. So for what education does for the students in Decatur County, for making a difference, I'm proud to be a public educator. I think that we do make a difference in the lives of young people, and we do that with the help of all the stakeholders that are involved, the universities, University of Tennessee at Martin, and I'm so fortunate to have the Heirs Foundation, who happens to be in Decatur County, that partners with us. And so every one of our children, students I should say, I guess, every one of our students who graduate is guaranteed a minimum of $4,000 for 4 years. And so we've got it going on in small rural West Tennessee, thanks to the Heirs Foundation and thanks to the people that are educators who have made it their lifelong job to make a difference in the lives of young people. So I'm excited to be standing here before you today and just thank everyone that has given our students, Dr. Schwinn and everyone else that has given our students an opportunity for access to college. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm just going to say congratulations. I'm so thrilled to present this award to Dr. Schwinn, the state of Tennessee, the Department of Education, for your work helping all students in your state achieve their post-secondary goals. Congratulations, and congratulations, Dr. Schwinn.
Because I was going to be up here already, I'm also closing out, and I want to just say one more time, this is a lot of work before I got here. And I want to recognize that there is a long history in Tennessee, over 12 and 13 years of strong education reform, a commitment to children, and a commitment to outcomes. And so I don't want us to lose that. We had a big day yesterday. We talked about a lot of test scores across this country. And the thing that I got to say over and over that my colleagues did not get to say is, We are ahead of the game, we are working a plan, and we care about kids. And so we invested a long time ago in our students. We're gonna continue to do that. We're gonna double down on what works, and one of the things that works for kids is ensuring that we invest in this retake. And so thank you very much. I want to invite our General Assembly members up as well to say thank you. We're gonna do pictures after this, but I also just want to close with, it matters a lot. And as a mom, I always talk about my kids to end, but I've got 3 little ones. My youngest one, little Jack, we adopted out of Memphis. And I think about the work and the investments that you made that I think, Anna, you said more beautifully than I could have. I am so proud that we live in a state where no matter where Jack lives, whether it's with us or whether he was back in Memphis, that he would have had the same opportunity to show just how brilliant he is. And I'm very proud to raise my children in this state. So thank you very much.